Now the Passover and the festival of unleavened bread were only 2 days away, and the chief priests and the teachers of the law were scheming to arrest Jesus in secret and kill him. But during the festival, it said, not during the festival, or we will get a riot. While he was in Bethany, reclining in the table at the home of Simon the leper, a woman came with an alabaster jar of very expensive perfume made out of nard and poured on his head. Some of the present saying, Why this waste of the perfume? It is a year's wages, and the money could have given to the poor." "Leave her alone," said Jesus. "Why are you bothering her? She had done a beautiful thing. The poor you will always have, but you will not always have me." She did what she could. She poured perfume on my body beforehand to prepare my burial. Truly, I tell you, wherever the gospel is preached throughout the world, what she has done will be told in memory of her. Then Judas Iscariot, one of the 12, went to the chief priest to betray Jesus to them. They were delighted to hear this and promised to give him money. So he watched for an opportunity to hand him over. On the first day of the festival of unleavened bread, when it was customary to sacrifice the Passover lamb, Jesus' disciples asked him, "Where do you want us to make preparation for you to eat the Passover?" So he sent 2 disciples, telling them, "Go into the city, a man carrying a jar of water will meet you there. Follow him. He will show you a large room upstairs, furnished with and ready. Make preparation for us there." The disciples left, went into the city, and found the things just as Jesus had told them. When the evening came, Jesus arrived with the 12. While they were reclining at the table, he said, "Truly I tell you, one of you will betray me." They were saddened, and one by some said, "Surely you don't mean me." "It is one of the 12, he replied, "one who has dipped his bread into my bowl. The Son of Man will go just as it is written." While they were eating, Jesus took bread, and when he had given thanks, he broke it and gave it to his disciples, saying, "Take it, this is my body." Then he took a cup, and when he had given thanks, he gave it to them, and they all drank from it. And he said, "Truly I tell you, this is my blood, which is given for many." He said to them, "Truly I tell you, I will not drink again from the fruit of the wine until that day when I drink it new in the kingdom of God." When they had sung a hymn, they went out to the Mount of Olives. "You will all fall away," Jesus said, "for it's written, I will strike the shepherd, and the sheep will be scattered. But after I have risen, I will go ahead of you into Galilee." "Truly I tell you," Jesus said, "tonight before the rooster crows 2 times, yourself will disown me 3 times." But Peter insisted, "Even if I had to die, I will never disown you." They went to a place called Gethsemane, and Jesus said to his disciples, "Sit here and while I pray." "My soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death." He said to them, "Stay here and keep watch." Going a little further, he fell to the ground and prayed that if it's possible, the hour might pass from him. "Abba, Father," he said, "everything is possible for you. Take this cup from me, yet not what I will, but what you will." Then he turned to his disciples, found them sleeping. Simon, he said to Peter, are you asleep? Couldn't you keep watch for 1 hour? Watch and pray, so that you will not fall into temptation. Once more he went away to pray the same thing. When he came back, he again found them sleeping. Returning the third time, he said to them, are you sleeping and resting? Enough, the hour has come. Look, the Son of Man is delivered into the hands of the sinners. Rise, let us go. Here comes my betrayer. Just as Jesus was speaking, Judas, one of the 12, appeared. With him was a crowd armed with swords and clubs, and sent from the chief priests, the teachers of the law, and the elders. Now the prior had arranged a signal with them. The one I kiss is the man. Arrest him and lead him away under guard. Going at once to Jesus, Judas said, Rabbi, and kissed him. The man seized Jesus and arrested him. Then one of those standing near drew the sword, struck the servant, and cutting off his ear. Am I leading a rebellion, Jesus said, that you have come and cut off the sword? Every day I was with you, teaching in the temple of courts, and you did not arrest me, but the scriptures must be fulfilled. Then everyone deserted him and fled. A young man wearing nothing but a linen garment was following Jesus. When they seized him, he fled naked, leaving his garment behind. They took Jesus to the high priest, and all the chief priests, the elders, and the teachers of the law came together. Peter followed him at a distance right into the courtyard at the high priest. There he sat with the guards and warmed himself at the fire. The chief priests and the whole Sanhedrin were looking for evidence against Jesus so that they could put him to death, but they didn't find any. Many testified falsify against him, but the statement did not agree. Then some stood up and gave their false testimony against him. We heard he will destroy the temple made with human hands, and in 3 days he will build another not made with human hands. Yet even then their testimony did not agree. Then the high priest stood up before them and asked Jesus, are you not going to answer? What is your testimony that these men are bringing up against you? But Jesus remained silent and gave no answer. Again the high priest asked him, are you the Messiah? I am. And you will saw the Son of God sitting at the right hand of the Mighty One and coming on the clouds of heaven. The high priest tore his clothes. Why do you need any more evidence? This is blasphemy. What do you think? They all condemned him worthy of death. Then he began to spit on him. They blindfolded him, struck him with their fists, and said, prophecy, and the guard took him and beat him. While Peter was below in the courtyard, one of the servant girls of the high priest came by. When she saw Peter warming himself, she looked closely at him. You also were with him, she said, but he denied it. I don't know or understand what you are talking about, he said, and went out in the entryway. When the servant girl saw him there, she said again to those standing around, this fellow is one of them. Again he denied it. After a little while, those standing near to Peter, surely you are one of them. He began to call down curses, and he swore to them, I don't know this man. Immediately the rooster crowd a second time. Then Peter remembered the words of Jesus. Before the rooster cries a second time, you will have disowned me 3 times. And he broke down and wept.